My name is Ben Eze and I teach programming. In this introduction to WPF video series, my goal is to simplify WPF and C# programming concepts and make them easier for you to understand. So let's get right into it. Hello, you're welcome to the WPF Beginners Training Program. Today we are discussing the differences between WinForms and WPF. And as you can see on the screen, there are two diagrams, one on the left and the other one on the right. The one on the left represents the way the Windows Forms technology works, and then the one on the right represents the way the WPF technology works. So if we look at the Windows Forms technology, in the Windows Forms technology, what happens is that when a control is placed in a form, a relevant Windows API is actually called, and that relevant Windows API will also identify the relevant GDI plus component, which in this case is graphics device interface component, which are a set of components created by Microsoft. So it identifies the relevant GDI component and then it makes that call as well. And then the CPU takes all those information and then renders what is requested on the screen. And that is the way Windows Forms technology works. For WPF technology, on the other hand, when a control is placed on a form, what also happens is that within the DirectX API's collection, the relevant API is identified, and that relevant API now makes call to the relevant device driver, and the graphic processing unit on that hardware that is represented by the driver would actually be responsible for processing that call and then rendering what is requested on the screen. So the WPF technology approach is more hardware specific, and therefore the performance is also much faster, is much better than the Windows Forms approach. So just to provide a little bit more detail, I will go through the text on the screen for both technologies. So for the Windows Forms, is built on Windows API. Controls are programmatically created. It has very limited capabilities when it comes to graphics, animation, and multimedia. And the data binding capability is quite basic and is most suitable for simple user interface designs. As already stated, it uses a collection of Windows APIs, which in turn uses GDI plus components to request for rendering of the Windows Forms controls. And then the processing of the rendering is actually managed or handled by the CPU itself, so making it more suitable for less graphics intensive applications rendering. On the WPF technology part, controls are created via XAML. XAML is Microsoft's extensible application markup language. It's suitable for highly complex user interface designs. It supports advanced graphics, animation, and multimedia applications or rendering. And the data binding capability is quite advanced. And then it embodies the separation of concerns, i.e. the user interface is all handled through XAML, whereas the business logic is handled through code behind, which is basically the C sharp. So as already mentioned, it uses a collection of DirectX APIs as against Windows APIs for the Windows forms. And these DirectX APIs have the capability of calling the device drivers of the various devices, internal devices that are required in order to enable or to process the rendering of the control elements that are requested for. So the processing or the rendering is done by the GPU itself, the graphics processing unit in this case, making it far more suitable for graphics intensive applications rendering. It's also very suitable for multimedia applications as well. So in conclusion, WinForms should be used for simple, quick, and legacy desktop applications where modern user interface or advanced customization is not a priority. Whereas WPF should be used for rich, modern, and graphically intensive desktop applications with scalability and maintainability in mind. This brings us to the end of this video, the differences between WinForms and WPF. We thank you for watching, listening, and being part of our program. We look forward to seeing you in the next videos, which will come shortly. So thank you very much, and God bless you, and goodbye.